goes in the middle of you guys.
Maybe you can mind your business. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the ranch. It's me, Eric, and
Jocelyn.
not Monica. That's
Not
all
Monica.
you need to know. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. We got a special guest, which is Jocelyn. And she is with, let me get her lights figured out there.
I'm with Hobbs Dirt Ranch.
I didn't even ask you where you were from.
You said she's with, and then you just stopped talking.
You got to get with the flow. You have to get with the flow. I don't want to have to keep talking about
I need
this.
Ezekiel out of my eye view because he keeps laughing. It's throwing me off.
Okay, well, you're doing great so far. All 30 seconds. All right, do me a real big favor and make sure you can take your, yeah, there you go, because you'll shake the camera. So, welcome to the ranch, as I said. My name is Eric. This is Jocelyn. In case you didn't pick up on that earlier, we're losing viewers already. We
Sorry,
appreciate
guys.
everybody coming in, and Jocelyn will be filling in for Monica tonight, and it's going to be some big shoes to fill.
I think our shoe size is about the same, but it's fine.
Okay, that was pretty corny. It was a good try, though. I was proud of you for that.
Thank you.
So appreciate so much for everybody coming in here. Let's see who we got in here so far. We have
12 Stone Ranch says I'm doing great, so.
Are you taking over for Monica? Like you're just going to talk right over top of me?
I mean, that also seems like it would be.
That would be fitting. Well, you know what? That would actually, people would feel more comfortable with you taking her spot if you talked over me.
No.
So maybe periodically you can just cut me off.
Just interrupt you.
You're doing really good. That's perfect. All right, so who else we got in here? 12 Stones Ranch, by the way, is in Greenville, I believe.
Okay.
So there are some local folks here. We got Gary Wilson. We were just talking about that young man just a few minutes ago, him and his sister. Putting Jesus between.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Garrett.
Yeah, Gary/Garrett. His proper name is Garrett. Let's see who else we have in here. We have a Cool Gamer in here. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate that. Let's see. Did I miss anybody?
Lazy Days Ahead.
Lazy Days. There we go. Yes. Thank you so much. Jesse and Lisa. If you don't mind modding for me, that'd be a huge help because I don't have all the computer screens set up and Jocelyn is not equipped to do that. Mainly because we don't have an extra computer. So,
and also I'm not computer savvy, so there's also that.
Yeah. Okay. If you could turn that phone off while we're doing this important business.
Why I was doing that so it didn't go off.
Okay, cool. All right. So who else we got in here? We got some more folks that just jumped in here. Let me get down, scroll down a little bit. Let's see. We see hello from 12 Ranch. Amazing job, Jocelyn, already.
I told you they're already fans.
They're okay. Autographs afterwards, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And look, I even put your name up there on the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
So you're going to be part of the Bland's Promised Land Ranch for right now.
All right. I'll accept it for today.
All right. So Gary's asking how everybody's doing. Hello to
Hey, Caleb. He was talking to me.
She's going to do a great job tonight because, I mean, when you start cutting me off like that, I mean, he says your best friend. Too.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Rich over at Old Swedes Farm. How you doing? We got Debaka Maker. Hello. So glad that you're in here.
Emma. I know that one too.
Emma is in here.
Hey, Emma.
Jake over at Nunya, Texas on the back 20. Let's see. Misty. There you get to read
Misty, that's my friend. Hey, Misty.
What's up, Misty?
Yeah.
That's not way to do it, man.
I've known her for forever.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
they just started their homestead not in Scurry, in Kemp, I think.
Okay. Well, welcome. We appreciate you coming in here. And at any time that you feel like Jocelyn's doing a great job, make sure you shout that out. If you think she's doing subpar, it's okay to say it too. It's constructive criticism.
And y'all can let Eric know if he's not doing the best. We can't all be stars. So.
Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate the encouragement. Our treasured home, how are you? So glad that you made it in here tonight. Let's see. Who else we got in here? I think that's all we got right now. So I just want to take a minute to say, here's JB Conway. Hello. So if you're coming in here and you haven't figured out just yet, Monica is gone on a trip. And so she left me all by myself. Well, I mean, the kids are here, but she left me home alone for this show. I mean, look, Abigail's a great help. That's pretty much the list. Everybody else is not a great help because they don't do anything. They just lounge around. They're all lounging around right now watching this show. Miss Rebecca, Touched by Yarn, hello. So glad that you're in here. So when I was prepping for this show, I was thinking about, a lot of the things that Monica and I talk about, or she talks over me about, is, just a lot of banter back and forth. And so I started thinking, like, who would be a good fit to come on the channel and help support? Because we remember last time, I don't know if you watched it, but when Luke was in here.
I think I logged off for that one.
I about logged off because he wouldn't say anything. I kept trying to get him to say stuff, and he was just like, I think
I logged off for that.
Yeah. It was like pulling teeth. Actually, pulling teeth would have been more enjoyable. So, since we don't want to pull teeth this time, what I wanted to do is bring somebody in with fire.
You may regret this, honestly.
Well, no, that person wasn't available.
Oh.
So then I brought you.
So then there's me.
So you were the backup.
So I've just got coals, no pure fire, just a little bit.
No.
Well, I guess we'll see how this goes.
Okay. All right, so got Ronnie Weaver in here.
Hey, Sharon.
Yep, I got Mom in here. This is Dad right here. Texas Carnivore is Dad. Yep. Caleb knows how it is. Luke on camera is equal to a cup of ice.
An empty glass of water.
As an empty glass, it's even harder. That's a trash can? Okay. Thank you. Abigail is helping from
We're older than we thought we were. We're like, is that coffee?
Let's see who else we got in here. We got the lovely Ann Dale. Thank you so much for coming in here. I appreciate it. Now Caleb is trying to clarify. What does that mean? Is that
bit?
Is that millennial lingo? Gen Z? What does that mean, Abigail?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, yeah. Well, you give him the Flavor Town. He's good with that. Put him in front of the camera for 2 hours.
Yeah.
As they say in New York, forget about it.
I wouldn't know about that because I'm from Texas.
You wouldn't. So
it's hard for you.
When I was trying to figure out who we could bring on, and I settled for Jocelyn. She's also known as can I call you JJ?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. It's a little easier to type out than that 14-letter name. But anyway, so when we settled on her, then I don't know where I was going with that.
Then I said yes, and here we are.
And here we are. So. But so we have a good time with our family visits. There we go. I'll make sure I say that right.
Thanks.
But no, so we've met Jocelyn and her family a few years back, started working with cattle with them, homesteading lifestyle. And so you guys actually, if you want to tell them about where you live, you can do that. Like not the address, but I'll be real clear. I'm on 3892 Highway 38.
We lived in Mesquite.
Somebody actually just wrote that down.
Oh.
Good thing it was fake.
Yeah, that was fake.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll just sit and
Emma,
listen.
he said he settled for Jocelyn. So it's myself and my husband. My husband's Christopher, and then we have 4 kids. And we lived in Mesquite in a 2-story house, and the neighborhood just was going down super fast. And so we really prayed on it. And my husband told me I could have a pig if we moved to the country.
Is that what sold it?
Yes.
Seriously, he had to bribe you with a pig?
No, I asked for a pig at the city house, and he said, you can't have a pig in the city.
Wait a minute. When you were in the city, you wanted to have a pig in the house.
100%.
Okay.
So he told me I couldn't have a pig at our house in the city, which was literally right off the highway. And so I was like, okay, then we need to start looking for a farm. So we found our property, and it was way overpriced. So we prayed on it and prayed on it and prayed on it. And then the price came down, and we put in an offer, and we went back and forth with them, and we were like, we just can't do it for the price. And then at the last minute, they accepted like a really low offer. Like God just really came through for us. And so we started our homestead about 6 years ago, a little under 6 years ago in Kaufman. And most of it is...
Keep talking. I'm trying to tell somebody
that's
something.
fine. Most of it is literally where I'm like, look at this amazing farm animal that we could have. And then Christopher tells me no. And then we proceed to go pick up the farm animal that he told me no on. And then
he took you to get the animal that he said no on.
Yes, he usually tells me no, we're not having any more animals.
Yeah.
And then I just wait and wait. I'm like, but look at all of the benefits that come from these animals. And then
what was the benefit from the pig? Like, how were you selling?
From the house pig?
How are you selling that to him?
House pigs are amazing, like pets. It is scientifically proven that house pigs are the best.
Was that was your argument?
Yes, that was my argument.
And he fell for that.
So we had one pig, and that was my like, okay, since we moved to a farm, you can have this pig. And that was Penelope. She was like, I loved her so much. And she got out of our fencing, and she bred with the wild hog, and she ended up dying during childbirth. Texas carnivore. I do not have sheep yet. I do have goats that I just acquired. But so he gave me Penelope, and then she ended up passing away during childbirth. And then he told me no more house pigs. And so I had my nephew go and pick up a baby house pig, and I brought it and was like, look what I had bought for you. and so again, now we have Luna, the house pig.
Okay, so you're big into house pigs. Got it. Okay, let's see who else jumped in here real quick. We got Nana's Crazy Life, Miss Donna Griggs. How are you? Thank you so much for coming in here. Okay, so Jake is he's close to us as well.
Okay.
And then you text us in the back 20. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's a true story when it comes to my husband.
Okay. All right.
He did tell me that I could have like one goat. And then I told him that goat needed a friend. So he agreed to let me have 2 goats. And then he went, this is his mistake. This is his fault. He went to a work conference. And so I bought 5 goats. So it is easier to ask for forgiveness most of the time.
So, okay. Let's say hi to a few more people and then remind me. I want to come back to that about asking for forgiveness. Okay. So we got Yogi Hollow in here. Thank you so much, Lisa, for coming in. We appreciate you so much. Emma is saying that she needs a house pig.
You do, Emma. I support.
Okay. That's okay. Let's see. Okay. So Dad is trying to get rid of the sheep. That's why he's asking you if you, he's trying to get Sean out of our hair here. Yes.
Text Christopher and tell him that I'm going to bring Sean home with me. I have kennels in the back of my car.
Let's see. We have, Leah Bland, a new fan for you.
Leah Bland. Okay. I don't know her.
That is
Emma's sister, right?
No, that is Caleb and Emma's dog.
Okay.
Which has its own account, apparently. So
he said woof woof. I thought it said woof woof.
You thought that they were hyped up about this convo?
Whoop whoop. That's what I thought it said.
All right. So Misty knows you pretty well. I guess she knows what you're up to. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So I do want to ask. Oh, look who made it in here.
Monica.
So as I mentioned earlier, Monica is not with us any longer. I mean,
she's
tonight.
not dead.
She's
oh my God.
She's not here tonight. So
Trauma response.
She is out and about. She's actually up in Ohio for some personal business. Well, I guess you could say company business.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
She's on a business trip.
On a business trip. There you go. She's a business lady. Little Frenchie in Big Texas. What's going on? Who said it was easier to ask for forgiveness? That would be her. And so I wanted to touch on that. Rich Cat Ranch. Hello. Glad you made it in here. Thank you so much.
If she needs one, I need one.
Let's see. CD. Hello.
Oh my gosh, that's my husband. He said no sheep.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. So since he's in here, is now a good time to ask questions about that, or
about the sheep, or about asking forgiveness?
Yeah. Is that like an off?
Camera
combo?
No, he already knows where he's like, please don't bring anything else home. Or I'll be like, hey, babe. And he'll be like, what did you buy? Please tell me it doesn't have a heartbeat. Like, that's usually how the conversation goes.
Okay.
I'm like,
all right. So here's what I want to ask you about the forgiveness thing. So
all right.
typically Monica will ask me
Mm-hmm.
to have animals or, whatever it may be.
Okay.
Okay. And sometimes she just does it. And
That's why we're best
I
friends.
just like stumble across, what she's done. What is it that maybe you can help me understand? What is it that goes through your mind that thinks we should have more animals when you don't need them?
We do need them. Here's the deal.
Okay, tell me the deal.
They're like walking antidepressants, and like if you're
how
holding
much
like a chicken,
antidepressants do you need?
it depends on how much you're going through. I mean, I have 5 girls.
Okay. Well, so here's the thing. So Monica has talked about this in the past, so I can say this now. But I came home one time to a, I don't know, 6, 8 ducks. And she had to have them because she was rescuing them from the feed store because they apparently didn't know how to handle them. They didn't
know how to take care of them. I remember this.
No, but they do know how to take care of them because that's what they do is they sell them.
But they were taking care of them inadequately.
That's her opinion.
No, we agreed.
It doesn't matter if you agree. No, it doesn't matter if you agree or not.
I support her.
It doesn't.
She said she's getting ready to walk.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He said no sheep, period.
Well, Chris, it sounds like she's going to get what she wants anyway. And if you don't believe me, if you didn't watch earlier, just go back to the beginning of the video. It's all recorded. See, now this is where you get yourself in trouble. So
no, he knows. He knows that it's a. I'm so sorry.
Are you apologizing now for what might happen?
No, I'm not going to bring the sheep home because I don't have a big enough kennel.
I can give you your kennel.
I have to go to Mindy's after this, so that would be a long time to have Sean in the car.
He doesn't mind. He likes rides.
No.
It's a good opportunity. He's calling for you right now.
I know. He already ran up to me as soon as I was out there and was like, play with me.
So, see, Lisa has a rule.
No horned animals.
No horned animals.
That's no fun.
Do you have horned animals?
Yeah, my goats have these little horns.
Have you ever been?
And my cow Mulan has horns.
Okay. Your name choices always make me laugh. I'm going to be real honest with you. You're the person that finds some like a pun, basically, is what you're. Okay.
Yep. Mulan is literally my favorite cow, and she just has these little bitty baby horns that she's gotten. That's exactly what happens at Dirt Ranch.
All right, so anybody who hasn't followed along yet, she's filling in for Monica. This is her husband, that guy, Chris, and she takes advantage of him by bringing more animals to the house because they're antidepressants.
I feel like taking advantage. I feel like that is a rude way to put it.
Oh,
look. Well, okay, so Misty, my friend Misty here.
Yeah.
She has the exact same like. Her point of view is Chris's point of view, which I think you kind of helped Christopher develop that point of view when we first started homesteading. Is like,
you're welcome, Chris.
If an animal isn't doing a job, then it needs to go. Like everything on the farm needs to have a job, which I have although my intentions are not always the best. Eventually we'll be able to milk the goats or sell the babies. The chickens are chickens. So, I mean, eggs and butchering, which, anybody
Are you butchering the pigs?
I just took my meat pig to butcher.
I was talking about the one running around the house.
No, Luna is a house pig.
Oh. Well, you can still eat it.
If it comes to the point where we had to eat her, I would do it, but I would be so sad.
Wow, you went from love to just hungry.
I would. That's what we have to teach our children, that because our kids like love all of our animals, but at least like even Harper, she'll be like, food tastes better when you love it.
Okay. All right. So keep an eye out on her as she grows up around the animals. That's good. Okay. So we got Broke Cowgirl up in here. Hello. Thank you so much for coming in. So Oh, I lost train of thought.
We're talking about animals having like a job.
Oh, well, and that's the thing too, when we talk about animals having a job. I will say that's something that Monica and I have kind of adopted and learned, because Clementine.
Yes, I love her.
Okay. So what I've learned also is that sometimes the job can be to bring joy to the house or bring joy to the family.
Clementine's the best at that.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that, as we talked about in some of our previous shows where we had a young lady that was in a really bad car accident, and some of our pigs, because of how friendly they were, was like therapy for her when she came over and took care of them. And Monica was gone for like 3.5 weeks on vacation. Remember that?
Living her best life.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Monica keeps leaving for long periods of time, and I'm not really sure how to read into that. Why are you laughing? Do you know something?
No, Christopher just like says that every time I go somewhere. He's like, really? Tell him about about being nearly shish kebab by buffalo.
Okay, what is that?
Okay, so Christopher's family, my husband's family, they own a buffalo ranch in Oklahoma. It's called the Wichita Buffalo Farm, I believe is the name of it.
Wait, did you just plug them?
Yeah, I am not a brand ambassador, but so they've got this huge buffalo farm. And when I was first pregnant with Noah, we had gone up there and they had a baby buffalo that was more like a teenager at this point. And everybody's like out there petting it and they're like loving this buffalo. Mind you, he stands up to like your chest. Like he's not a baby. He's like big. He's a buffalo. And so everybody is like loving on him. And Chris's cousin was like, don't you want to come and like love on this baby? And I was like, no, like that's gonna shish kebab my baby. That's gonna give me shish kebab. Like, no, thank you. I don't want to love on this buffalo. So that has been like this running story. Like that's his cousin's like favorite story of me. Okay, so fast forward to 2020. Chris's Aunt Geneva was like one of my favorite people in the whole world. She just passed away a couple months ago. She was like 93. Okay. So she's like the best. And his cousin Sandra is her daughter, and she was taking care of Geneva until she passed away. And they all lived on this buffalo farm. So we went up 2020 to go visit them because, where else are we going to go in 2020? So we went to visit them, and fast forward, Stormy, which was that baby buffalo that almost shish kebabbed me, is now like this huge 2-ton buffalo bull. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's go out on this ride and bring the buffalo, like come out there and let's go see the buffalo. Okay. So they put us on this trailer for like a hay ride type thing. So we're like, cool. So they take us out there. Well, they had forgotten that because they have raised this buffalo, like he was a house buffalo, they raised him in the house until he couldn't fit through the doorways anymore. Yes, a house buffalo. This is a true story. So y'all thought I was bad with my house pig. So
I would take the house pig over the house buffalo anytime.
So now this buffalo is huge. Like it's a full-grown buffalo. It's like 7-8 years old now. Okay, so
wait, real quick, did they house train this thing?
No.
It just pooped in the house? I mean, cows just drop it wherever they are.
I know. I don't know what the situation with that was. But so they take us out here to the buffalo like field where all the buffaloes are.
Okay.
Well, they didn't think of the fact that Stormy had gotten so big that they would go out there on the tractor and play with Stormy on the tractor. So Stormy would like run with the tractor and like run into the tractor. They forgot that the tractor was a play toy for the giant buffalo they were taking us to see. And my whole family was on a trailer and he was like raising up in the air and like body slamming the trailer. And so it ended up in a situation where now 5 minutes is not a long time, but it is a long time when a 2-ton buffalo is chasing you aggressively in a playful manner is what they said. Okay, so this, like, I had Noah and Harper in like a bubble in the middle, Melody wrapped around them. Harper or Jacqueline had her arms around them. I'm holding all of them, and Christopher's like throwing us from one side of the trailer to the next, trying to like get away from this buffalo. And we get out of the buffalo yard, and they're like, he was just trying to play. And I'm like, was he?
Yeah, that's playing.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna die for sure. So now I'm like, we'll go visit, but we're not going on any like buffalo rides. We're not.
Yeah. All right. So buffalo are out.
Buffalo are out. Christopher asks me all the time, like, do you want to do buffalo? We'd have to reinforce the yard. And I'm like, absolutely not.
Reinforce the yard.
Like the fencing.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that is a hard pass for me. That's not even like a ask for forgiveness later. Like that's like a
wait. Well, you know what? That's a good
not.
question though. So if he came home with a buffalo,
I would literally sell it as soon as he showed it to me. I'd be like, buffalo for sale, or send it to butcher. I don't care which one.
Wow. Okay.
That's the one animal that I'm like scared of now because it almost murderized us.
Did you just make up a word?
That is a regular word.
That is not a regular.
Yes,
murderized
it
is
did
not.
try to murderize us. I know other people that have used that word before.
Okay. I wanted to say hi to a couple folks, Chris and Larry Homestead. Thank you so much for coming in. G-Mama Grows just came in. Jesus Loving Homesteaders in here. So thank you so much. JRC Homestead made it up in here.
JJ needs to be in our lives much more often.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want out with Monica and with Jocelyn, just let me know. We can make it happen.
I mean, that would be sad probably for Monica. And also I'd need gas money because
you're not, come on, you're not that far away. Settle down. Come on. All right. Murderize. There you go. Jesse is our Google expert. So maybe we can look to see if that's an actual word.
It is. In Texas it is.
Joe over at Garden State Gardener. Well, he is in Texas.
And you've never heard the word murderize? That's regular.
I don't know.
That's a regular word.
So when we talk about asking for forgiveness instead of permission, I would be interested to see the viewers out here.
They said, I think she meant tenderized. No, I meant murderized, but tenderized also makes sense.
Oh, wait a minute. Apparently, Monica's already out.
She's already out. When she gets to where she's going, she's going to be like, what is happening?
Yes. Back road hillbillies. What's going on? Are you from West Virginia? It's just a guess. Let's see who else. If we got anybody else new in here, let's see. Thank you guys so much for coming in. So I do want to say, let's see. On
bad guys murderize their victims.
Well, that's
law and orderize.
Yeah, that's law and orderize. Okay, good. That's good. I like that. Okay, let's see what Jesse has to say here. Murderized, simple past tense and past participle of murderized.
I don't know what that means.
He's silent. I'm not even gonna get into that right now.
All right, cool.
Okay, good. So everybody out there listening, let's do that. Let's do a quick poll. Maybe give a thumbs up if you're down with the idea of asking for forgiveness instead of permission.
My husband's definitely making me sleep on the couch tonight as I'm like, I don't need no permission. I'll just ask for forgiveness.
I'm just going to do whatever I want. Now, I will say this at the beginning before she came on and the other night when I invited her to come join me for the show, I did tell her anything she didn't want to talk about, she didn't have to bring up. So this was her own decision.
Oh, I really thought that you were like coming through for me, but you're just like throw under the bus, like clunk, like just.
Wait, what? No, I asked you.
I know, but I'm saying like you're like she said that on her own.
Yeah, no, I mean I wasn't like drawing it out of you. You just went for it.
Now I feel like I was set up.
Let's see what we got here. What people have to say, whether they agree with that.
Murderize is a word in the Urban Language Dictionary.
Okay, well, I will say that. Would you say that you were from an urban area where you grew up?
No.
No?
No. Urban meaning like
the city.
Oh yes, from the city, yes.
Okay. Let's see what Jesse's saying now. Murderize, third person, singular, simple, present. Murderizes, present. Okay, this Jesse. To murder. Thank you, Jesse. We appreciate that clarity there. JRC's got to charge their phone. Hopefully, you can come back if you can. Great. If not, understood. Yeah, I mean, look, I think everybody's enjoying this. They're more than Monica, I guess. Out with the old, in with the new is what I say.
No.
Just do it, then ask for forgiveness is what Rich says. Okay, well, we got several thumbs up on.
We have a lot of support.
And
are these all wives that are supporting?
Okay,
though?
So, well, no, this is Rich. So, Old Sweets Farm is Rich. This is Lisa over at Yogi Hollow. And Dale has been married for a while, and I would venture to say her experience tells her probably not just ask for forgiveness. It's probably better to talk about it, right?
Well, I guess.
Okay, Naked Gardeners, what's going on? They are also fellow Texans. Not used to Erica talking so much, right? I get a chance to talk. That's what I'm talking.
Erica now.
It's a mashup. Erica Monica. She's young, so she probably doesn't even know about the mashup stuff.
That is something that my generation created, putting couples together and using their names. Tell me couples from when you were growing up that did that.
Brangelina.
That was literally from my generation.
Okay.
Sorry.
Moving right along.
I'm sorry, Joy just stuck my whole pinky in.
Okay, the dog's eating your fingers. Cool. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so
we discuss I give all the pros until he gives in.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay. Let's see.
My husband stopped responding. He's like, we're not bringing the sheep home.
I do that often with Larry. Forgiveness. Okay. Mostly about more animals on the homestead.
That's me too.
And what is the deal? Oh, okay. Rich is all over this. Murderize equals Jocelyn-ize.
I don't know.
Own it. It's yours.
I guess. I mean, I guess I created that. I felt like that is a word that a lot of people use, but I'll take ownership. I guess.
Okay. Own it. Maybe they can put that in the Urban Dictionary.
It's already there. I put it there.
Created by. See, there you go. Right there. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Transitive slang to murder. Okay. We're having a lot of murder talk in here, so we might want to.
I really threw everybody off on the murderize. That buffalo really did try to kill.
Right. Okay. So Andale's just doing it until
he gives in.
Until he gives in.
Christopher doesn't usually give up as easily. I usually I've got to have I feel like I need a PowerPoint presentation, and then they'll do this, and then.
Well, what is in the presentation though? Because you just said earlier that you give them all the benefits, and the benefits was one thing. It's scientifically proven that it's supposed to make you happy.
You put the scientific, this is what happens. And then you put a bunch of pictures of that animal making people happy. That's how you do it.
Okay, we're going to move right along. Let's see what else we got in here. Gossmania is in here. Hello, Jerusha. It's good to see you in here. Yes, please hit that like button. Let's see. Anybody else? There you go. Andale has been married for 44 years.
Oh, wow.
All right. So here, I'll put your friend up there. Misty is saying, how do you say that? Gilliam?
Misty Gilliam Henderson.
Okay. She usually asks first, then gives my case as to why I need it. Okay.
Which is why I ran into them at the Chicken Trades Days in May.
Okay. Let's see what Monica's up to. Oh, she's out eating dinner while we're in here working.
Must be nice.
Yeah, we had to skip dinner tonight, I guess. Did you eat dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, kind of, yes. Jocelyn is a baby.
Jocelyn is a baby. I think she's in her late teens.
Monica, he told Luke earlier that I was only 2 years older than him.
All right, let's see what else we got in here. Let's see.
You know what makes me happy? Not having to feed 37 chickens.
Right on. So that was something I wanted to ask is when we do these animals, why is it, do you think, that people want so many chickens?
First of all, Okay, haven't you heard of chicken math?
Yes, and that's what I don't get because first of
Okay,
all,
because you
chickens
get
aren't
one
that
chicken,
awesome.
and yes, they are.
What is awesome about
First of all, when they're born, they're this big. They're literally this big.
it? Yeah, the camera's right.
Yeah.
Right
Sorry,
there.
guys. They're like this big,
Right.
and they're literally like a giant fluffy ball, and
Yeah.
then they're so cute. And that is when they really like pull you in because they're so adorable. And then when they get bigger, they're giving you eggs, and you're like, I want all of the eggs. And so you just keep getting chickens, and you can pick them up and hold them, and they're so snuggly.
Chickens are not snuggly.
Yes, they are.
No, they are not.
You don't hold your chicken.
No, I do not.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
chickens are not. How do you don't snuggle chickens?
Yes, you do.
What chicken are you
Chickens
snuggling?
and ducks. Every chicken that I can catch. Look, my niece Madison Marshall, she said I support. Yes.
I just for the life of me, I can't understand the chicken thing. I want to say hi to Troy, though, by the way. Troy's has come in here. Appreciate you coming in, man. Good to see you. And yes, she is a replacement for Monica, at least for tonight.
For tonight, for sure.
For tonight. All right, so Madison does support your
Abigail
chicken
said,
thing.
Dad, I'm in my late teens. You don't even know how old your daughter is.
And let's see. So, yeah.
Eggs, yes.
Chris is over there talking about eggs. I'm down with the eggs. Like, I get the egg thing.
Well, for
But that's
chickens, for you, chickens don't even matter for you because you can't even eat chicken eggs.
That's fair, but Monica does make a lot of stuff with chicken eggs that is actually good deterrent. Because if she's making good dessert and I'm trying to watch my figure, then, she makes it with chicken eggs.
Mm.
But most people don't sell their eggs, though. So it's a lot of feed money that's going out for these chickens.
Well, it's
And
not as much feed money if you let them like free range, which y'all do.
We do. But see, now for me, and Monica won't agree with this, I'm sure, but I'll say this, that the main reason for chickens here is because when we first moved in, we had scorpions everywhere. We bought the house from an older couple. They lived basically in 3 rooms. We came in and filled every room. So it stirred up everything.
Yeah.
And so we went and got chickens, put them for free range. They get out around the house. They eat everything. I rarely ever see a scorpion. I don't see snakes unless they're big ones that the chickens aren't messing with. So,
Christopher, you hear that?
But I just don't, I guess I would say, yeah, I mean, so Rich is agreeing. His wife would say that they are snuggly, but I'm just not seeing that.
Well, now I'm like, I need more chickens to keep scorpions away.
Oh, how many chickens do you have?
Scorpions are like
how many chickens
spider,
do you have?
snakes combined.
How many chickens do you have? Out with the truth. How many chickens do you have?
I honestly don't know. Probably like.
See, that's the problem. You have so many, you don't even know what you
got.
No,
it's probably like 25, 30-ish in between there. I have like 9 laying hens, but then I lost some to the heat. Even though I'm feeding them frozen blueberries, I lost them to the heat.
But and that's the thing too is
so I have to replace them.
When you're working,
that's why I'm going to Mindy's tonight.
Are you serious?
Yes, when I leave here, I'm going to Mindy's.
And you're getting more chickens?
Yes.
Because you felt like it was needed?
Yes.
Does Chris know about this?
Yes.
He's down with this?
I was like, I'm going to Mindy's to get chickens and a cat.
And a cat?
Yeah, against my better judgment. I hate cats.
Cats
are only good in Chinese food. I know all the cat people are going to hate me right now.
And probably most Asians would probably.
Oh, this lady said, my geese are snugglier. Okay, I have a goose. He's the worst. He connected to Christopher and will only be nice to him. And he literally will attack us. He will be in the pond. And if he sees me on the land, he will swim super fast with his head down to try and attack me. I'm like, I'm 150,000 feet away from you. I'm not a goose person. That's not my jam.
I'm not a goose person either. They're too loud for me.
I don't care about them being loud. 81 chickens. Goals.
Goals?
Yeah,
that's
81
That's what you want to go with? Well, so Now I saw Goss Mania up here. She says that she usually sells the chickens that she hatches out,
Okay.
which I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
Right, because then you can get your fix.
Yeah.
The
you
cute
snuggle
little.
them and then you get rid of them.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
But the problem is most people aren't getting rid of them. They hold on to them.
That's because they're adorable.
Yeah, but
Monica's thing is when she hatches something out, if it's cute, she picks the ones that she's like, this is my favorite, and she'll just keep them.
My wife? Did she tell you that?
No, I've seen this.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
I need you to, if you see that, I need to know it.
No, I will never rat her out to you.
You just
ever.
did. You just ratted her out.
Yeah, but you'll never catch her. She just will add them out there and be like, look what the chicken hatched. Like, you'll never catch her.
Yeah. See, I'm with Lisa. No freeloaders. And to me, and that's part of the problem is when you have a big,
except me and Diesel.
when you have a big flock like that, is you don't know which ones are the newer ones or the old ones.
Yes. So I did see someone who did something that that me and Christopher are going to start doing. They got different colored zip ties.
She's going to bed. She's tired.
Oh, good night.
Thank you so much for coming in. Okay.
They got different colored zip ties, and they did it for like, okay, this is 1-year-olds, these are 2-year-olds, these are 3-year-olds, so that whenever he said she doesn't know how many chickens. That's what he's saying. So they did the different colored zip ties so that as the chickens got to an age where they really wouldn't be laying eggs anymore, then they would butcher that round of chickens. I felt like that was a good idea. I would do that. I feel like I would do that.
If they're meat birds.
Even if most chickens are dual purpose.
Look,
if you're hungry, they're all
no, I understand that, but a lot of the egg layers that we've dealt with, where in the beginning we would process everything that was on its way out, including roosters, and there is not enough meat for the time that you put into it. On some of
the breeds, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a dual purpose, I get that. But I don't know. Do you have dual purpose?
I do have. A lot of mine are dual purpose. I just lost my favorite dual purpose. I can't remember what the name of them are. And I know if Christopher's still on here, he'll know what the name of them are. But they were amazing. And they're like fat and fluffy, but they laid eggs as well. And I can't remember what kind of chickens they were. But I specifically bought like 15 of them when they were chicks from the feed store because they were dual purpose.
Okay. Well, and that's the thing. I don't know that I've ever had a dual purpose, so I don't know that it is or is not worth it. I want to say hi to Dago Crochet as well as Brampton Gardner that just popped in here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. If I haven't called you out yet, please let us know. And for those who are jumping in here, I see some conversation going back and forth. This is Jocelyn from Dirt Ranch, Hobbs Dirt Ranch. Yes. They are friends of ours, and she is filling in for Monica while Monica's out on a business trip. She's out in Ohio, and she is going to be busy over the next couple of days. All right, so, roosters make great chicken broth. So we do have a French neighbor that will ask for roosters, and I guess it's some sort of French dish that they use roosters in. And she gave us some back. It tastes delicious, don't get me wrong, but again, the process to go through and try to. Now, I guess the thing is that, have you ever processed them before?
Roosters or chickens? I
mean, chickens in general.
Yeah, y'all taught us to process chickens.
Did we?
Yeah.
Right on. Oh, well, all right. So, I guess, there's a difference of defeathering the whole thing and then just breasting it out. And then
just doing it out, yeah.
And so maybe that would be the easiest way is just take the breasts and go. But again, I don't personally think that it's worth my time and effort. So I'm happy, when we first started homesteading, we would definitely go and willingly take roosters from people with the intent of eating them. But after doing a few of them, it just really wasn't worth our time and effort.
Yeah.
So we got Goss Mania.
Buff Orpingtons. That's what they are. No, that's not right either.
So I did not know that the Barred Rocks, the Buff Orpingtons, and the Wyandottes, I didn't know that they were dual purpose. Did you know that?
I did know that the Buff Orpingtons were. my husband said he just calls them fluffy butt chickens with fuzzy legs. So that's obviously not like what you could type into like the livestock page to get. But once I remember, I will tell them. They can tell y'all next week.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I did not know that those were dual
I didn't know about the
purpose.
barred rock. I have one barred rock, but I knew about the buff Orpingtons, and I do have some lavender Orpingtons. So are those the same as buff Orpingtons, or it's like a different Orpington?
I'm not a chicken guy.
Oh, I should have known that earlier when you were like, "Why do we have to have chickens?"
Yeah, that's a good point. I do know about the Wyandottes. I think aren't they the golden lace Wyandottes or something like that?
Yeah, they're like black with like the like reddish, orangish around their feathers.
Yeah. Okay, so I know we got a couple of those. Let's see. Lisa's got she's hatching some stuff out. The roosters will be freezer camo. Okay. Or camp. She's probably said freezer camp.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's see who else we got in here. Okay, so Daigo's giving you the shout out over there. Madison Marshall.
Oh, that's my niece. When is your mom and dad gonna cook burgers again? She wants granddad to cook burgers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She said, "Let me know so I can come join."
There we go. We're always having burgers over here. Always more than welcome to come. Brampton Gardner is saying, "Take the breast and go." Yeah, I agree with that.
I think they're quoting you. Take the breast and go.
Oh, did it sound funny when I said it?
It didn't until I saw it written down.
Okay, thank you. Yes. If you get a big old fat chicken, it's worth it. Let's see. All of his are dual purpose. So Rich right here at Old Swedes Farm, he is definitely a big chicken guy. He's one that has like over 80 chickens.
I support.
Lavender Orpingtons.
They're my favorite too.
Dual purpose is different compared to full-on meat birds. Yes. And that's the problem I have too with the meat birds, because them old jokers right there, they'll eat themselves to death.
I was going to say they're so gross. I can't do that. We did that the 1 year. I think y'all had done it a couple years, and then we did it 1 year, and they just like, if you don't butcher them right at the perfect time, they'll just die. And it was just, for me, I felt like it was a waste of money unless you have time just to like sit there and like, are you ready? Okay, butcher right now. And so I felt like that. I felt like for me, because I have so much other stuff going on, I didn't have time to just sit there and like watch for like the perfect time to butcher them. And so I did not enjoy doing meat birds. We only did it that 1 year.
Yeah. So she's saying Brahma are dual purpose. Is that a chicken? Or is she talking about the cows?
Brahmas, yes. I just got Brahmas. No, they are these huge chickens.
Oh, that's that.
And
it's like an ostrich.
Those are the ones I just told you that I was telling you, Monica, that we just got, that Christopher approved. Those were approved chickens. And they get to be like tall as
you mean they were approved by Chris?
Yes. He approved for me to buy them.
Okay.
I got those from the chicken trades days. Yeah.
How big are they right now?
Right now they're chicks and they're like that big.
So they're about a foot tall?
Yeah. And they're only like,
how big do they get?
They get like as high as your knee or higher. When you hold them, they're like massive.
Are they nice?
Well,
are they cuddly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We got Mennonite Farmhouse in here. Miss Leanne, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes.
Yeah, she says they get heavy. Okay. So now is she saying that the Brahma chickens
are beautiful?
But is she saying that are they dual purpose as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's like a turkey then.
I mean, it doesn't get as big as a turkey because turkeys are like fully like big like this. So they're going to be like this, but they won't get as, I know y'all can't like see me.
Nobody can see anything. You're on the other side of it.
So they are not going to get as big as a turkey, but the height is similar to a turkey.
Okay.
Everybody's like, I've never seen Eric talk so much.
Yeah. Normally,
he's trying to keep me in line.
Normally, I don't get to talk too much.
Oh, because of Monica.
Yeah. This is like a vacation for both of us. She's off working, and no, I'm kidding.
She's getting to like eat out and not have to worry about anybody. All her food is hot. I see you.
Right. Right. Chris, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you so much. So when I want to let everybody know too, you can see the little scrolling banner down here at the bottom. We have some taste testing going on tonight. So if you're going to step out, make sure you come back right around 9ish. We'll start taste testing some different things. I'm not going to say what it is just yet. And Jocelyn,
Elijah wouldn't tell me.
You said he wouldn't?
He wouldn't tell me. He was like, my dad made me promise.
Yeah, because I threatened him. I said, if you tell her what any of this stuff is, and obviously you know what some of it is. So we have 3 items tonight, and the cool thing about this is all homegrown stuff, everything we're going to eat tonight. And so Jocelyn has been a good sport and said that she would try whatever it is.
I'm going to do my best.
And we might even get her some ketchup if she needs ketchup. You want ketchup?
I'm definitely going to do the ketchup.
Okay, doing the ketchup. Okay. So right around 9 o'clock, we'll get into that. But before we get
it from your short today?
I don't know.
Did you do a short video on what you're going to trick me into eating?
No. I would say no, but I don't know exactly.
Because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Monica hasn't been here to help him keep things in line, so he has no idea what he's done.
Okay.
Erica's seeing how much Monica does to keep the chat going.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, because earlier you were saying, Missy's saying good night to you.
Love you. I do. I love her.
Okay. Well, that was like a real short, right to the point. Love you. You can go.
Have fun.
Okay. So I was going to ask about, because earlier you were saying something about the amount of work that goes into what you're doing. So from your experience of having all these chickens, do you ever get to the point where you think that you have too many?
No. Okay.
Is it because of the antidepressant thing, or?
I mean, yes. Like I never will feel like I have enough animals because I love them so much, which anybody who knew me prior, like I was definitely a city person, like high heels, like always gussied up. Like that's just who I was. And so the farm has really changed me to where now I'm like, no, I need more farm animals to snuggle. Like I will trade my mascara in for a chicken. Like it's a thing. Like it's changed me. And so usually I don't feel like, okay, this is enough. This morning, like Luna, my house pig, broke part of my chicken coop. And so I have these pullets and they were all just like running around. So trying to get them back into the chicken coop that I really ghetto rigged, it's not built well. I was trying to be like, look what I can do while my husband was out of town. And so I ghetto rigged a chicken coop together. It's not great, but it mostly keeps them in. And Luna infiltrated part of the netting I had up. And so all of the chickens were like, I'm free. And so this morning I was definitely like, okay, I've got this. Don't turn back. So until something like that happens, I'm not ever like, okay, this is too much. I'm always like, I need more until something like that happens.
Okay. Good times.
Now that my chickens are big, I'm afraid to pick them up.
Homestead with Jen and Steve. Jen, so glad that you're in here. Appreciate it. Hedgehog is now in here. Hello. So glad that you made it. So what I would say, when I was trying to think of some of those talking points for tonight, that was one of the things that I thought about, because especially when Monica leaves, the amount of work that goes into this place, and because you have younger kids as well, but all of our kids participate in some sort of way with something around the farm. But there are times where after a full day's worth of work, that hitting that garden is absolutely stupid. Like the amount of work that goes into it, especially right now, anybody that's in Texas knows this. I'm not really sure the other parts of the country right now, but in Texas, we're like in drought mode.
Yeah, we're 47 days without rain right now, I think.
Yeah.
Is what it said this morning.
Do you know how many days, triple digits?
Oh, I think this is the longest triple digit that we've had in several years. Christopher was telling me the other day, and I think it was 20 days we've been in triple digits.
Yeah, and we're just in July now.
We're still preheating.
I would actually, preheating. Is that what they call it down here? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Drops, hello. So glad you joined us tonight. Thank you for coming in. For those who just jumped in, this is Jocelyn. She's with Hobbs Dirt Ranch. She's a friend of ours, a fellow homesteader, and she's filling in for Monica because Monica is out of town. So what were we talking about? This is where Monica
how much
helps me.
work. This is how much work goes into the farm.
Yeah.
Especially with Monica not being here, having to try and do everything, get the kids assigned, like, these are your jobs, and then like praying that they actually do them and they're not like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, the amount of work that goes into, the drought is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at the drought situation, I have found that has increased the workload because now you're outside 2 to 3 times a day, maybe even 4, depending on what kind of animals you have. So with the house pig, is she in the house all the time?
No, right now she's too fat to even climb the stairs. So right now she's just living her life outside.
Well, that sounds like the perfect pig life to me.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So for us, obviously, refreshing the waters, making sure that everybody's got a way to stay cool. Earlier, you were talking about giving blueberries out. You must be going through a couple bushels a day with all those chickens you have.
Well, I don't give them a bunch. And another thing that we've started doing is in little cupcake tins, like old canned goods that we have that we know are going to go bad, like corn, peas, things like that. I'm just scooping some corn into each of the cupcake things, and then I fill it up with water, and I'll go out there and toss it out in the middle of the day to where they have something cold to kind of peck on. And then they're also getting just a snack throughout the day that's frozen and cold. And then the blueberries were just stuff that I had in the freezer. I'm just these are probably need to go out anyways.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a good idea to utilize the things that you have. So, yeah, I mean, like Lisa right here, listening in, she's got to go water the garden.
Reminded her.
Yeah. And, and that's the thing for us is, I mean, so the garden is not just, the typical, we do we're very cognizant about the amount of water that we're putting on each of the plants. But with the drought that we're having and the heat that we're having, you really gotta saturate it.
Do it deep, yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't, then by 10 o'clock in the morning,
they're sunburned.
Yeah, for sure. Mr. Mike over at MT Stonehead Homestead. Hello. You're never ever late.
And a rat snake in the hen house.
Yeah. Worst. So Elijah, one of our boys, actually was out and about the other day and found a fairly good size snake. I'm looking over here at him because I don't know. Did you find? You found the snake, right? Yeah. How big was it? Yeah. About that big?
In case y'all couldn't see him, he said it was.
It was.
He said it was that big.
He showed me it's about 3 feet long, is what he was showing. So, obviously those are the big ones, and they can take down some, I guess, decent size chicks. I wouldn't say full size chickens.
Yeah, especially pullets.
Yeah, especially with the there's probably a king snake or something like that. I would say. Why did you say it like that?
Like a king cobra? Like, what are you talking about?
No, they don't have king cobras down here. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't do snakes.
This isn't India. What do you mean? Where you better get the snake in? I mean, come on.
No, I don't. That is one thing that I'm I'll see a snake, and that is the one thing that I'm this is all you, honey. That's Christopher's job.
Yeah.
Is the snakes. When he was away for a family trip, we had to go and see some family here pretty recently, and he had to go down and take care of some stuff, and I stayed home with just me and Melody, and she was out trying to help one of our animals, and she saw a snake, which ended up just being a little runner snake. But she was like, Mom, there's a snake. And so I went out there thinking that I was going to be super brave, and I brought a gun and I was ready to
What? Yo, you thought you were going to
I was going to take it out I was ready,
you're
free
just
sucker, I was ready. But when I got out there, he was looking at me like, I wish you would. And I was like, I was just kidding, as you were, sir. And then I just went back inside and told Christopher, like, there's a snake. I left him alive. I Googled him. He doesn't seem dangerous. We had a mutual understanding. He's staying under the stuff. I'm staying in the house. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so for us, I'll take them snakes and I'll relocate them.
That's
just because I don't have anything small enough for them to eat. If I do, then of course I'll dispatch if I need to. But so Broke Cowgirl saying that she uses a sprinkler every other night. And the problem that we have with the sprinkler action is that it helps everything grow. The weeds, the grass.
Yeah.
And of course it's a lot of water. And so that's why we don't necessarily do it that way. We usually just go to the base of the plant. It seems like it's worked pretty well, but some people don't have time to do that. So
yeah,
I get that too. But yeah, a good soaking would always be good. Let's see. What's he say?
Chicken/rat snakes are good and bad. No rat snakes around equal field mice, but you have to watch your eggs.
Yeah, which is why, back to your point about the cats, that's why I have cats right there.
Yes, that's why I have to get a cat, because the rats like mutilated my garden, like just killed. They didn't even like just eat a tomato. Like they went at the base of my plants and were like, and just killed everything. So now I'm having to like try and replant. The king snake's a good snake because it's immune to rattlesnake venom.
Yeah. So, oh wow. So Miss Andale almost stepped on a huge copperhead snake Tuesday in the garden. Wow.
That terrifies me.
You've got to be careful with that. Yeah, that's scary. So a few weeks ago, maybe like a month or so ago, I was shared on here that a friend / coworker of mine actually got hit by a copperhead. And he told me the other night that he found it again.
He found the same snake?
Well, I mean, he's assuming that it's the same one because it was in the same general area, but it was right underneath a hose bib outside. And he went to go grab, and right before he did, something caught his eye, and he realized it was sitting right there, and he was almost going to get bit again.
Oh.
So
I've only seen one copperhead on our property, and that was right after we moved in. He said, don't watch my snake adventure. I can watch videos. I'm good to watch videos. But when it's like looking at me like, I wish that you would, like, I'm out. Like, you can have the whole farm. It's fine. Like, I can't do that. That's where my husband comes in for sure.
So I was watching some YouTube shorts a while ago, and somehow I stumbled on this guy. I think maybe he's over in India somewhere, based upon the cars and stuff in the background. This guy uses, them big like cheese ball containers you get from like Costco. They're like
the snack thing with the lid, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what he uses to collect king cobras. Yeah, he walks up to him and he takes this little container like upside down, and he just like works it over his head.
Hard pass.
And then once his head is inside, he kind of pushes the hind end, and it like slithers up in there. He puts the lid on it, and off he goes.
That's a hard pass for me.
But yeah, I still don't identify snakes too well, so I handle all of them as if they're venomous. And I think in one of my videos that I did with snakes, this guy that is all about snakes had said that's the best way to always handle them, just in case.
No, that freaks me out. I only know copperheads so well, like I can identify a copperhead really well. Just because when I was really little, my aunt, all right, so sometimes like my stories sound very ghetto, but just forgive me. So my aunt had this trailer house like in the woods of some property that my family owns. And it didn't have like skirting, which at that time I didn't even know that was a thing because I was really little. But she was like trying to get something from underneath the trailer, and a copperhead lunged at her. And when it did, like luckily it didn't get her, but it did like spray venom. Like it obviously had it gotten her, it would have envenomated her. Is that a word? Envenomated?
Did you just make up another word?
I don't know if that's a word, but it would have injected her with venom. but it didn't. But it did like spray the venom, and across her shirt was like crystallized venom, and it terrified me. And so I have always like, I know which snake that is. So I can identify copperheads. After that, they're all danger noodles, all of them.
Danger noodles?
100%.
Okay.
As soon as it escaped my mouth, I knew you were coming. Yes. I don't do snakes. That's a hard pass for me.
Well, now up in Maryland, where we're from, you would see snakes, I guess, from time to time, but it was like so rare that you would actually see something that I wouldn't even mess with them because I just didn't know what they were. Down here, I'll never forget one of the first summers, I guess, we were here, and I was coming home from baseball practice with Luke. And I got a call from Monica, like a panic call, that there was something underneath the pallet. And I'm like, something underneath the pallet? What does that mean? She's texting back, it's black. And I'm like, what, like a skunk or something? I mean, like, what? Why would she not just say it was
like
a snake?
A snake?
Yeah, I don't know. But what I'll say is that when I got home, man, that thing was probably about 3 or 4 feet long. And that was a whole new world for us. And we just killed it because we didn't know any better.
Yeah,
but as
killed them all.
Well, no, I mean, as Chris was saying, snakes are important with the ecosystem.
Yeah, he tells me that all the time, and I'm like, just kill it.
Because we've told a story before too with the cats that before we had like 2 cats, one ran away, one died.
Okay. The
moment that the second one died, I had mice everywhere in the barn. They were actually in the feeders for the rabbits. They were everywhere. And without the cats, man, they just run amok, man. They do whatever they want.
Yeah. That's what everybody keeps saying about the cats. I'm not excited, but Melody's super excited. Chris is allergic to cats, so it's going to have to stay outside.
Yeah.
But Melody is like super excited. She's like, it's going to be mine.
Well, I mean, that's the best place for a cat, to be honest with you. I mean, what?
Get a story time with JJ tonight. On the Promised Land Ranch.
All right.
I have a lot of those stories.
Go get our samples, please. All right.
A lot of those stories.
Yeah, ghetto stories with JJ. So as she said, Hawk with a big stick. Yeah. So as she has said, she grew up in. Would you say? I mean, it was city, right? I've never been there, obviously.
I grew up in a suburb outside of Houston. Okay.
It was a pretty nice neighborhood.
No, I just mean like outside of Houston. It was definitely not. It was definitely my house was in a decent kind of neighborhood, decenter than the neighborhood.
Okay, you can't keep making these words up. People are going to start recording this stuff.
Doesn't this stay on YouTube?
Yes.
I didn't not the greatest area that I was growing up in. And so I have a lot of ghetto stories. If y'all, if you ever want some more,
we'll invite you up. How about that? Hey, do me a favor, get the whole one of this so I can show it, and then the peach too.
Christopher said he agrees. No moccasins or copperheads.
Yeah. So one of a funny story about, because if you listen to her husband and Jocelyn, you would not know that they're from the city because they act country. Okay. So I remember the first birthday party that we came to for Noah.
That was literally the only one.
So they have a very large pond on their property, like very large. Okay. You can get on a boat and go out there and all this stuff.
Not like a big boat, like a paddle boat.
Well, but it's big enough to paddle.
Well, you made it sound like you could go skiing across the pond.
Could you?
No.
I bet you could.
If you could paddle fast enough on the paddle boat.
Just get a jet ski to pull it. But anyway.
You could probably do jet ski.
Anyway, my point was that Chris, and I don't know if you know this or not, but Chris was like, well, if you guys want to swim, just bring your swimming trunks. And I said, well, where are we going to swim?
In the pond.
He's like, in the pond. And I'm like, bro, yes. I don't swim where I can't see.
You can see. It's a spring-fed pond.
It's green. What do you mean?
It's not green. You can see straight to the bottom.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I even said something along the lines of, what about snakes and stuff like that. And you know what he told me?
It's fun.
It's fine. There's no snakes over here. So while we're there, do you remember what you found when they flipped the paddle boat over?
A water moccasin.
A water moccasin. Like the snake that I didn't want to see anyway.
That's really funny because the other day he was in the pond because we got some fish to eat some of the like plants that grow. And he literally was like holding these bags of fish, and a snake came up and was like, "Hello, kind sir," and just like staring at him. And he just was like, "Snake, snake." And I'm like, abandon the fish, right? Like, I'm like, who cares about the fish? But he's like trying to protect the fish, even though they're like in a bag. So he just starts like karate chopping the water, like, go away. And I'm just like, abandon the fish. But he just like stood there like a ninja, like so composed, like, these are my fish and I'll protect them. And I just was like traumatized on the dock, like, you're going to have to die. I can't save you. I don't do snakes. Oh, that was the end for me. I was like, abandon the fish. I cannot help you.
Okay. Well, we got RNC Fabrication in here. Hello. I'm so glad you're. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Maybe he didn't want me to say his name.
Oh, sorry, guys.
So welcome. Let's see who else we got in here. Snake Hunters, Danger Noodles, on sale today. Okay.
You're welcome, everybody, for the vocabulary words, by the way.
Yeah, we appreciate the urban lesson that you're giving us. Life with Mindy. Hello. If they go near my chickens, they will die. Okay. I'd like to see Mindy doing that because I've seen her get attacked by a rooster, and that was hysterical.
Roosters are the worst.
Oh, goodness gracious. Come on. You just loved them a minute ago.
I love chickens, not roosters.
One
of them has leg knives, one of them does not.
Miss Jackie Saylor, hello. I'm so glad you're in here. Thank you so much for coming. Let's see. Come get this kitten. Okay. She's trying to give stuff away.
I am going to get that kitten. Too.
All right. So let's see. Broke Cowgirl knows about
Jocelyn
Houston.
talks with her fingers. I do.
Jocelyn does not have a channel. She is a family friend and a supporter of our channel.
Yeah, I have Hobbs Dirt Ranch on Facebook where I go live a lot, but I don't have like a physical YouTube channel because I'm not like technologically advanced enough to do all of this. So you can catch me live with a messy bun on Hobbs Dirt Ranch on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, she got her hair did for tonight.
I did.
Okay, that was it. All right,
like I did my hair. Hi guys.
Okay.
You could ski for a few seconds on the pond.
See, there you go. A good few seconds there, or just do really tight turns. Let's see. Get a couple things. All right. Well, thank you, Rich. We appreciate you coming in. All right. So Joe's not a big fan of the snakes either. So before we get into, yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Abigail's trying to keep us on task here.
Abigail, honestly.
All right. So again, you can catch Jocelyn over at Hobbs Dirt Ranch over on Instagram, I guess, Facebook. Okay.
I don't have Instagram for the ranch either. I'm not good at this, y'all.
Okay. No, I think they're encouraging you to start a channel so you can. You know what you could do.
Channel.
You know what you could do is you could do a channel and just like do word of the day.
Vocabulary, ghetto vocabulary, words of the day.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, maybe she'll be more than happy if people wanted you to be on the live. Would you do that? Okay. There you go.
You'll have to instruct me on how to do it because Eric just set me in a chair. So.
Yeah, and you're doing great.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Barry, I'm literally coming to your house. I will fight you literally upon entry.
Wow. Okay. Ghetto life with JJ. Maybe we should settle down. Well, you don't have to be so aggressive. You're not in Houston.
Me on the YouTube.
You're not in Houston anymore. Settle down. Grace and Fire. Hello. Thank you so much for coming in. So we are actually going to do some taste testing. So we have 3 items to taste test tonight. We have 3 items that have been homegrown. So we have a peach. So over the past few months, we've had a lot of guests on here. I've asked a lot of questions about fruit trees and things like that. And this year has been one of the first years that we've actually been able to grow fruit that is edible. Now, last year, I guess we could say we had a couple peaches, a little bit of plums, but it was like bite size. Now, this is not huge, but it's a good size. And I guess the camera's really not going to work.
You can't zoom in and be like, it's a good size. Let me put this all the way up.
Look how big this is, man. This thing is ginormous. This is it's bigger than a donut.
My dad used to say, I went fishing. I caught a fish that was this big. That's what that reminds me of.
So we also have
Chris said that's a small peach, but looks delicious.
Let me tell you about that in just a minute. All right. So then we also have some family in here. We have Life with Mindy, and we also have her husband, which is B. Hardy 2. And we have been given from their farm, a cantaloupe. Now, the light doesn't really do it much justice.
That's bad.
Here. Look how big that thing is. It's ginormous. Anyway, so this is just one of two. This is actually the small cantaloupe that they grew in their garden. And let's see. Are you keeping an eye on that while we're
on which one? On what?
You just scroll. All right. Anyway. All right. So we'll
the bigger one got away. I tried to chase it and get it down a hole. Oh,
but it went down a hole. Snakes, I think still. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Eric and the Giant Peach.
All right. Thank you.
Good one, Barry.
Good one, Barry. Anyway, drops. Yes, it is. It is actually, I think it's referred to as a donut peach because of the shape of it. And this particular peach, I didn't know this. We did a little research before we bought the tree. But they have two different types of peach trees in a general category, which this one is the type when you break it open that the flesh does not stick to the seed.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's convenient.
That's very cool. It's much easier. All right, so we got those two items, and then we have item number 3, which is going to be kind of hard to show. This is the mystery item, and as I said, Jocelyn has been good enough to agree to sample everything that we have here tonight.
He did not tell me about this prior to getting here.
No, it was a surprise. Don't you like surprises?
I don't.
Well, neither does Chris. So stop bringing home chickens.
Christopher loves surprises.
He doesn't like chicken surprises.
We'll see.
That one's on the house, Chris. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what would you like to sample first?
I literally don't care.
Do you want to go with the mystery item first, or do you want to sandwich it between what you know is there?
Yeah, let's sandwich it.
You want to sandwich it? All right.
Yeah,
so
that way if it's disgusting, I can put something else.
Okay, so peach or cantaloupe? What do you want to go with?
Cantaloupe is my least favorite, so let's do that one first.
Okay, wow. That's least favorite even over the mystery?
Well, I mean, like out of the two good ones, it's my least favorite.
Okay, all right.
Y'all should know I asked all of the Bland children what the mystery thing was. I was like, Elijah, what is this? And he literally whispered back to me and was like, I can't tell you. So nobody would tell me. Eric threatened them because Monica's not here to keep them safe. Let us see the belly button of that cantaloupe.
So here's the thing is we're still learning the nuances, if you will, of the different fruits and stuff and vegetables sometimes of when to pick it and when not to pick it. So Barry and Mindy have been working hard over there trying to figure out the perfect timing. So I think this year they've been working a lot on the knowing when to pick watermelon and cantaloupe because I don't know what it is. The watermelon sometimes is very difficult. And I believe is that from them as well? That watermelon?
The mice literally ate all my watermelons. So,
and I don't even know all the different types of the different watermelons and cantaloupes and stuff like that. So Lisa Colovi has jumped in here. Hello. Thank you so much for stopping in. Okay. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I'll give you first pick.
All right. This is from Mindy's.
This is Mindy's, so you can give it a good critique.
It tastes like cantaloupe.
That's pretty good. That's tasty. Very good. It's got a nice sweet flavor to it.
Yeah,
Now,
cantaloupe is not my favorite, but it is good.
So what I would say is that, I'm looking over here at my kids because I'm saying that it's got a good flavor to it. It's sweet. But the reason why I say that is because we have definitely picked some that are not that flavorful. What are you looking at?
I'm laughing at Caleb. Now I'm really nervous because Caleb said Jonathan called him and told him what it was earlier, and he's laughing. So now I'm like,
are you getting nervous?
Yeah, I mean, I was already nervous. Like, mystery meat does not sound fantastic to me. That sounds like something from, like, public school.
Okay, well, I'm going to eat me some more cantaloupe. How about that? Man, it's good.
I feel like, Elijah, go get me an emergency napkin.
Yeah, let's get some napkins. So,
tell whether they're ripe.
Yeah, so what is the thump that you're listening for? And is it different for cantaloupe and watermelon?
Well, she said, every one of the cantaloupes has been so ripe, the watermelon have been hit or miss. So the thing is, like, when you're when you're thumping kind of like canned goods, whenever you can it, you can thump the lid.
Wait, what? Well, we're talking about fruit.
I know that, but I'm saying like
goods.
the thumps sound different. So like, what kind of a thump are you looking for in a good cantaloupe compared to one that's not ready yet? Are you looking for like an empty thump? Or are you looking for like where your thump is like
So we got Broke Cowgirl
that
is saying that it's the smell.
If it doesn't smell like you, cantaloupe, it won't taste good. It doesn't smell like you.
Like your cantaloupe. I guess I think she's saying if it doesn't smell like what you're eating, like. So I've heard of the smell trick. I've heard of the thump, but I don't know that I know the thump well enough. Or the smell, I think, is a little bit more understandable for me. Let's see what Rich Cat Ranch says. For watermelons, they need to be almost white on the side that was on the ground with those dried up,
jaggedy looking vein line things, and the stalk needs to be completely dry.
And I've heard that, yeah.
This doesn't smell like cantaloupe to me, though. It smells like.
Okay, so this was the gentleman that was asking about the belly button. So go ahead and read that if you want.
On the cantaloupe, the belly button needs to be concave like that one you have. It's a good sign that this one is ready.
Okay, so the other one was definitely like that. It was actually, again, it was bigger, but it was the camera's right here. Yeah.
I'm bad at this.
I don't know why you're
That's why I don't have a YouTube channel.
You're trying to pass it off to something over there.
I feel like this is one of those Wii Fit games where you have to like perfect.
No, I mean literally the camera is right here. You can see the camera.
But I'm just bad at this. Like this.
You're bad at putting things to the camera?
I'm navigationally challenged, obviously. Watermelon will sound slightly hollow, means it's dead ripe. And yes, you can smell around the stem part.
For a watermelon as well? Go grab that watermelon real quick. We're gonna put this to the test real quick.
I'm trying to think of what this smells like. No, it doesn't smell like cantaloupe to me. It smells like another type of melon, but I can't like bring it to my brain.
All right, so this is watermelon. Let's check with the experts. All right, so this is the watermelon that was also provided from Mindy and Barry. And I will show you the other side because I know you're going to ask. This is the side that was down. And it's, I would say, yellow. Would you say it was yellow? The ground side down?
I mean, kind of yellow. It looks more brown to me, but.
Okay. So let's see if we can get a good shot of that. All right. So here you go. Take this. Don't drop it.
All melons can be thumped, but I only know to do that with the grocery store one since there's no way they grow there. Since there's no way they grow here. Where is he? Where's Yogi Hollow?
So she's in South Dakota.
Ooh. Pretty far away. Good luck with the watermelon. I have no idea.
The higher the ridges on the cantaloupe, the better too.
The higher the ridges.
Oh, maybe like all these little bumps and stuff.
Oh, maybe I was like, it's a circle.
Here, hold it up here like this. I think she's referring to all these.
Like the veiny things?
Yeah. I think that would make sense, right? Okay. All right. So the watermelon we're not sampling tonight, so I don't know, but I will keep that in mind. So last year we tried several watermelons. They were all flavorless because they were like pink, but they weren't.
Like what y'all grew here?
Yes.
I've never grown any type of like melons. This year was the first year, and literally I had watermelons that were finally like this big, and I went out there and the mice had literally just ate a hole and just like buffeted the inside and left me the shell, so that's fun.
I will tell you this, getting back to that mouse problem, you probably want to get a couple cats, just FYI.
I just got the one.
You need to get partners.
I don't want partners.
Okay. Well,
I don't even want the one cat.
You don't need to be hating on them. I mean, they have a job.
Abigail, you're the worst. Abigail says it's time for the mystery item. Living
a Rogue Life. How are you? So glad that you came in here. We have a special guest tonight filling in for Monica. This is JJ, a.k.a. Jocelyn, over at Hobbs Dirt Ranch. She does not have a YouTube channel, but you can find her over on Facebook. And yes, she will do lives if you're interested in listening to some Urban Dictionary words. All right. Nothing grows up in South Dakota. Let's see. She grew up near Pecos, Cantaloupe. I don't know what that is. Maybe
Cantaloupe, capital of the world. That's pretty cool.
That's probably because she's in South Texas.
Like the Pecos Mountains, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Jesse is saying watermelons are like lottery tickets, summer winners and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like even if you go to a Walmart or a Costco or something like that, and you're buying watermelons, I mean, it seems like they're usually like the whole container is usually the same. Either it's really good or it's a little bit off. But let's see. I don't know about if I'll take from the same litter. I'm not sure.
You're gonna have to talk Christopher into that. I'm not getting like a girl and a boy because I'm not having a bunch of kittens running around.
You gotta get them fixed up.
Oh, Christopher says it's Pecos.
Oh, okay. All right. So the Organized Pineapple, thank you so much for coming here. I appreciate that. Let's see if I need to do a close-up of the mystery item too. Okay. So are we on to the second item?
I guess so. You eat it first.
Well, we'll do it together because we have just like we did with the cantaloupe. Do you want to take a cantaloupe?
I ate the cantaloupe first.
Cantaloupe's delicious. Mindy, you guys did a great job.
The thing is, I don't feel like it's not like a safe thing where I'm like, if Eric's willing to eat it, it's fine because Eric will eat like anything. Haven't y'all seen him eat like the peppers where his eyeballs are like popping out of his sockets? Those are my kids' favorite videos because they're like, look at Eric, he's crying. Like that's like their favorite. So him being willing to eat it like is not a safe landing point for me. You go first.
No, we do it together.
Everybody a mystery. Okay.
Did you want we got to get. Oh, look here. We even got ketchup. Are you going to seriously ketchup that up?
Unsure. It's just going to depend. Do I have to eat the whole thing? Where are we at here? Where are these?
So what I did with this, and I'll explain what it is as soon as we sample it. Oh, okay. So Emma's got some kind words for you.
I'm praying for you.
Okay.
Thanks, Emma. You're the realist.
All right. So I will show. I did. Just because of somebody that I spoke to, this is how he prepared them. And what
that makes me feel even.
I went ahead and coated them, some duck egg, and then put with what do you call it? The panko breadcrumbs. There we go. Thank you.
I'll be honest. When I came in, he had started these, and I really think that they look like lungs or something. No, I said
it looks like a shrimp.
Okay.
Okay, well, that was a good crunchy piece.
Well, I eat that one piece of breadcrumbs, but where's the camera again?
Right there. It's literally right there. You never have to ask what it is. All right. So before we do that, hold on. Let me check this because there's a lot of
chicken livers or hearts.
Hold on. Let's see. What does it say? Eric doesn't really like much food, though. That's not actually true. She's one that's been married for 44 years. She's over in South Carolina.
Okay.
But I'll say that I usually try to eat more healthy is what I try to say. I mean, not that I don't eat bad things, but anyway, let's see. Who else we got in here? What is it?
Like, what is it?
I will explain what
like
it is.
Chicken gizzards.
Okay, Lisa might know, so I would
Oh, I know what it is.
No,
Cow chips.
Cow chips. All right.
No,
so
it was definitely some kind of organ. Like I seen it with my own eyes. It was some kind of organ.
Chicken livers or hearts. Let's see.
Forgot you were having to do this.
Looks like chicken gizzards. Life with Belinda and Chuck is in here. This guy's he's a pretty funny guy. Without Monica, Eric would have hurried home sooner to help you. Oh man, it's all good. I appreciate. I've actually been able to talk tonight, so appreciate that. Barry is suggesting that it's cow chips.
I don't even know what that is. Like poop? It's not poop. It's like it's an organ. Like it's an organ. I know it is. I've seen it.
Yeah. Look, Jen thinks it looks like fried pickle. Okay, so well, everybody's already guessing. I think. Darren over at Thorhaven Farm. Thank you so much for coming in. We're getting ready to eat mystery item number 2 with my special guest tonight. And this is how I really like to treat my special guests, is to treat them.
Dog food.
Oh, that's a good idea. I should do that one time. Oh, man. Where did the... let's see. I feel like you guys are stalling. Okay. So we'll go ahead and stop there because Abigail she's monitoring the scrolling and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and stop.
Obviously, somebody down lower has given it away.
Somebody down lower has. You removed it?
Abigail, you're the worst.
So I can go ahead and go down then? Oh, Monica. Okay, I'm not even going to scroll down because Monica's just going to keep posting it. Okay. So I have mine. It's battered down, so you're not really going to be able to really see what it is. But
I will tell y'all, the texture is gummy bearish.
Gummy bears?
Yes, like look.
It's a little squishy. I hope I cooked it all the way through.
Oh, cool.
You want a smaller one?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do a smaller one.
Get that smaller one, but the whole thing's got to go in. You can't bite this thing and try to chew it to pieces. I just swallow Well, then that kind of defeats the purpose of sampling it. I feel like that's the best. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this is the first time I have ever tried this. All right, you go. No, we're doing it together. Okay, you ready? Right, ready. All right, should I dip mine in ketchup? It kind of, yeah. Are you ready? Go ahead. I'm coming right behind you. Put it in. I'm not doing it with that. Come on, let's go. No, I need you to do it first. Just go 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll do it. Are you ready? I'm ready. I don't believe you. I feel like this is a lie, but I told you I'd do it. I'm not doing the whole thing though. It seriously has a weird texture. What? No. For sure. Because I bit it in half? Maybe. Come on, down the hatch. No, definitely not. What does it taste like? I don't know. It doesn't taste like, it doesn't taste bad. It just has like a... I feel like you're critiquing my cooking. Well. It's good. You can eat the rest. It might be the different size too. It definitely is. She's got the small one. Whatever it is very spongy, which makes me go back to lungs. It's not dog food. I'm still thinking a lung because it's spongy. Ooh. And that's my guess is lung because it definitely was spongy. I don't think you. Jesse, I think he's nailed it. Brain. That's gross. What kind of brain was this? Okay, so before I tell you what it is. Okay, well, let me go back to this. Very spongy, which is why I thought lungs, because if you've ever butchered chickens, that was the worst part to pull the lungs out. They're like a squishy, spongy. It doesn't taste disgusting, but it tastes like
almost like really old, like frostbitten steak.
Frostbitten steak. That's actually a pretty good description.
Like that's like when you leave food like from the butcher, it's like in the butcher paper and it's been in the freezer for like over a year and you're like, why waste the meat? So you cook it. That's the taste. But definitely spongy texture. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. She said pig nuts. I knew that y'all did that. That's what we said earlier, Monica.
All right. So what I'll say is that.
Yep. I said that first before the lungs.
So that is correct. That was pig testicles that you just ate.
I literally just said that.
Yeah. Now what I'll say is that it actually tastes, to me, it tastes like organ meat. You know,
so I've never eaten organ meat.
You've never had like liver or heart?
No, because when somebody's like, do you want a liver? I'm like, hard pass.
So it's nutrient rich, by the way. I don't know if you know that. And a lot of people that are anemic eat that to help them because it's a natural way to get those minerals and vitamins that you need. So I would say that it does kind of have like a slight blood taste to it, or that iron taste.
Yeah, definitely tastes like old steak.
Fried gummy bears. But no, I think that your description was really good too. Little Ridge Farm, hello. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Emma said sad face.
There you go, right there.
I don't recommend it. Eric needs to eat the rest of this plate though, because I guessed it the first time I guessed it. I said, I know y'all just did those pigs.
Deborah, welcome. Can you say her last name? That's the question.
Rosinlo? Rosinlo?
What? I don't know.
I'm like, am I right?
Resignolio?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, Deborah, thank you so much for coming. Appreciate it.
She said y'all are nasty.
That's all right. Monica chickened out. Jocelyn was a good sport, though, I have to say. So congratulations to you for eating pig nuts.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Do you feel better about yourself?
I mean, no.
Do you feel like you need to go cuddle with your chickens?
Probably.
Lisa?
Said, oh, yeah. Christopher said ox tongue. He ate that once when we were on a cruise.
Yeah, so tongue is actually really good, but that is not bloody. That does not have that bloody.
It was that spongy. Eric doesn't know how to do it. I knew he was going to do that to me.
Still some good guess. I gotta scoot down. So if I missed your comments, Tony over at Kettle Kitchen, how you doing, man? So glad you're here.
Wash the aftertaste, literally.
So, all right. So that leads us to our third and final taste test. Do we have any kids you want to try?
Yes, I think Abigail needs to try one.
You want to try? Okay, we don't have any takers over here, so
bacon wrapped beanbags.
Yeah, so congratulations, you seriously being a good sport. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That was good. I've always wanted to try it, so now I've tried it. Would I eat it again?
And you thought I've always wanted to try this. Let's have Jocelyn do this with me. Like that was like that was like a process.
Yeah, I thought why not? Why not? Let's do something different. So, tonight's theme on trying or sampling different stuff is let's try homegrown stuff. So those are homegrown niblets that we just ate.
My kids are probably like losing their minds, like laughing hysterically. Jacqueline's probably like, this is disgusting. Jacqueline's probably like gagging on my couch right now.
Well, look, I mean, if you're
definitely
if you're growing your own food.
Yeah, I'm still never going to be like.
Are you going to finish that?
No, you should eat it. In fact, I insist. Go ahead, Eric. Try it with the ketchup. Come on.
No,
it's going to be fun.
I'll be honest. I think it was a little bit too bready.
Think of this way, he didn't ask any of the rest of us to try it with him. I bet they had a nutty flavor. It's definitely more of a.
Breathe like a pig crotch. Or breath like a pig crotch.
And you're the one who has to talk to me in an hour. Dip in ranch. I bet it had a nutty flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, dip it in ranch. That's why I was actually looking for ranch dressing. Because I was trying to take it easy on you. I didn't want you to go and not
You were
try
trying to take it easy on me. You were like, I'm going to go easy on her. Definitely pig nuts. That's what we need to do. That's the easy one.
Well, you know what? Because I figured you would be a good sport, and you were. So that's what you need to take away from this. All right. So there's your fellow Texan. Ranch makes everything taste better.
That's right, Emma.
All right. So let's see. Our third and final item is the peach. Now, I did want to show you this. Let's see if this is.
I'm just going to go ahead and.
Okay. Give it a taste. Now, again, this is homegrown stuff, and we've not been able to really grow good peaches in the past. But I wanted to show you this.
The camera's right there in the middle.
On the peach, what I was talking about with how these are made or how they're grown, that you can see that you can take the seed right out of this one. I don't remember what it's called, but look at that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about, all the flesh that sticks to the seed.
So then are you going to take this seed? Are you going to plant more trees?
No.
No, you're just going to throw it out and waste it.
It's going to go in the compost. So what do you think about the peach?
The peaches are good. I mean, they taste just like peaches, but
they're really
free.
Good. They are free. And, I can't tell you how excited I am that we were able to grow our own peaches this year. And hopefully that they'll continue to grow and get bigger. And that actually leads me into another item, which is coming up tomorrow is, let's see, here we go, put this one on there. That tomorrow we're going to have our premiered video about how we got our peaches to grow this year. And it's pretty simple, but it's something that's really important, especially with all the high heat that we're dealing with, the triple digit days, and how we were able to get the peaches grow. So last year with these peach trees, they're still trying to wash down the...
I'm just trying to... I got this.
Is it like messing with your psyche that you ate pig testicles?
No, I'm just like, my husband's definitely making fun of me for the rest of my life.
Why?
Why? He's going to be like, you just ate pig testicles.
You know what you tell him?
I know.
You're a real farmer. You don't waste stuff.
I'm for sure going to always waste that, for sure. On every animal.
Okay. Well, anyway.
That could be $3 or 50 cents. Emma.
What is it?
Emma said she'd pay Abigail whatever she has in her pocket to eat one.
Okay, so Abigail
said how much, and Emma said whatever's in my pocket could be $3 or 50 cents.
Right there. Ask your husband if he wants to be a real cowboy.
He's a real cowboy. He doesn't need to eat those.
Oh yeah, he does.
He rode Solomon, so.
We're not going to get into that story right now. Okay, we're just not. We're not going to go there. It's a good story, but we're not. Yeah, that's for someone else's life that you get onto. All right. Anyway, back to the peaches. So we have our video premiering tomorrow, and it would be really awesome if everybody could jump in. It's a shorter video. I think it's about 5-minute video, but I think it's pretty good. I like it. Had a lot of good help from the kids with videography and stuff like that. So
Elijah said, "I did it."
All right, it's funnier to think that Eric had a beanbag in his mouth.
All facts.
Well, look, I mean, the thing is, here's the thing that I didn't know because I never prepared them before, was that even what you have cut out of them, there's still this.
You had to like dissect it even more.
For lack of better terms, it was still within a sack.
Okay.
So I had to kind of cut it and then squeeze it out. It was like popping a pimple.
That sounds like a lot of work.
A cyst. It was like a cyst.
It's a lot of work.
So it was like a cyst in your mouth.
Cool. It's even better. I would have preferred the brain. I think it would have been better for
me. Look, next week is another week. I don't mind bringing you back.
I was told, don't you have other special guest next week?
Anyway, this person's asking
Solomon
if
was one of the first bulls. Okay, so he asked, was Solomon the buffalo? And my husband down here said, Solomon was one of the first bulls at Promised Land Ranch. As a young cowboy that I was at the time, I decided I could ride the bull bareback and ended up on my back very quickly. It wasn't super quickly. He stayed on. He probably could have been on a rodeo. It was a true story. He did get thrown.
Wait,
though.
what do you mean he could have been in a rodeo?
Yeah, like he stayed on for like 6 seconds. It's fine.
Well, first of all, it's 8.
Oh, whatever. 8 seconds.
Second,
however many seconds.
It's supposed
My
to be 8.
husband did it.
But second of all, if he just stands still and eats snacks, that doesn't count. They have to be like bucking.
It doesn't matter. Like they were never like he must be bucking.
Well, that's actually how they get scored.
It doesn't matter. It's not
Christopher's
fault that
thought you were a
Solomon
real
didn't
Texan.
do what he was supposed to do. That sounds like your bull has a problem.
Yeah, Mindy's
He
not buying
says he will not be trying pig nuts, but thank you. All right, I'll leave the leftovers here for Eric. I know he wants to eat the rest of them.
Oh, my goodness.
He said, love you guys. No more smart comments.
So, all right. So we have just a few minutes left. What do you guys got going on over at the farm? What are you growing anything? Are you having any kinds of success because of all this heat?
Well, our garden's been doing really good. We had our cucumber plants, our cucumbers, and one of my tomato plants are some of the sole survivors from the field mice that we're getting the cap for. So I've got okra that's doing really well, and then I have some herbs that are doing really well. I've got lemon balm and peppermint and sweet mint that are doing really well. My cucumbers are still doing really well. And then I have some cherry tomatoes that are doing good. And then for the first year this year, we are also doing, what are they called? Loofahs.
Oh, you're doing that?
Yeah. So I've got that vine's actually doing really good. It's climbing up the trellis I put it on. It's doing really well. My husband said we're trying to keep the grass growing. We found a way to use the solar panels to pump water from our pond. So we did do that. Christopher was able to kind of get a trying to get my life together. He was able to get like a sprinkler system. And in doing that, he actually found where the previous owners had actually run some water lines to the front pasture. So he has set up a sprinkler system for our front pasture, trying to get the grass to grow. I know nobody on here really knows us, but our farm is mostly off grid. So he's doing that. My husband's doing all that with our water pump that's connected to our spring fed pond. And he's powering all of that with our solar panels.
That's awesome. It's definitely a lot of work over there with off-grid stuff. More work than you thought originally.
A lot more work than we thought. Our water system is also off-grid, so we don't have any water from the city. We're on a water catchment system. So all of the water we have comes from the rain. The first year we moved there, we ran completely out of water.
What rain?
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. No rain. Actually, we had a funeral to go to last week. We had a family member that passed away, and so we had gone to the funeral. And on the way, Christopher saw this giant rain cloud. He's like, "Look, guys, it's a rain cloud." In case y'all forgot what it looked like, and my 11-year-old Melody from the back seat. And she is a spitfire, Melody is. And so from the very back seat, she goes, "What's rain, father?" Just like that. So right now we're kind of crossing our fingers because no rain for us doesn't just mean that that our animals are struggling and that our pastures are struggling. It also means that we're kind of on a mental rationing of water. We're not wasteful of anything we do. We make sure that that if we're running the water, that we're being purposeful with it. Showers are shortened. Like, don't get in there and fiddle fart around. Like, take your shower, get out. Like we're being mindful of everything we're using because the goal is to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and that is one of the things that now is a time to be maximizing the use of everything you have.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully this is, especially people in our area that have not taken advantage of collecting water. And,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are blessed with having that natural spring fed pond
Mm-hmm.
to always keep the level up. But, we worked hard this year to collect a lot of our water. And I actually flip-flopped things this year. I actually didn't use our caught water
Mm-hmm.
first because I have a feeling with the amount of or the lack of rain that restrictions are going to be coming soon. And so I've kind of decided to hold off on that. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out as we go along because
we're about to learn.
Yeah, we're all. I mean, and this is homesteading life. You're learning on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
And this year is it reminds me of the stories I've heard when we first moved here that a lot of ranchers were getting rid of their cattle prior to 2014 when we moved down here because of the lack of rain for so long that hay was so hard to come by. It was very expensive. And so we're in that position now. Finding hay is near impossible.
Yeah.
And if you can find it, then everybody is what is that called when
price gouging?
Yeah, they're price gouging basically. I mean, I know that fuel prices are up, but when you have people selling hay bales for $100, $150, $200 a piece, that's
hard. That's no longer it is price gouging to a point where it's hard to you're getting that income, which is awesome, obviously, from being able to sell all of the hay bales for anywhere from, I mean, they're selling them for $90 to $150, like you were saying. And so that's great income for them. But what they're doing is really causing the neighboring farms to struggle more. And that's not what it's about. Like, especially for us, it's about building a community of people that we know that we can trust as well.
Yeah. So right now, drops, we've gone so long without rain that a lot of the fields are just crunchy grass that's just kind of becoming dirt. And the market down here for cattle it's just being flooded. So, you're not getting prices that you would want to get for your cattle. You can't afford the hay. The diesel fuel prices is also impacting everything, and no rain. So, I mean, everything is kind of like the perfect storm right now. So if you are one of those people who have overworked your land, you are learning a very hard lesson this year. So thankfully, we've been able to work with a lot of really great people, including Jocelyn and Chris, because we do purchase hay from them. We actually barter.
We barter a lot more than we purchase.
Yeah, we barter a lot. And so one of the things that, like she's saying about having a good community, the comment Monica told me that you said the other day, which was none of our cows are going to go without the hay they need. And so basically what she was saying is she's going to give us whatever hay we need.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that is exactly what I said. I think what I had said was, we're always going to take care of y'all first because y'all always look out for us, I think was what I had said.
Oh, okay.
But we're definitely not price gouging to $85, $90 a bale. We just don't feel like that's fair. Now, obviously our price for having the hay baled has gone up, but it hasn't gone up by $50. And we're lucky enough to have that field that we're able to bale. But I do think that it's really sad to see so many farmers who are looking to get ahead instead of kind of helping each other out. And I feel like God really plays a part in that, where they say love your neighbor, and it's hard to do that if you know that you're robbing them to the point that they can't survive themselves.
Yeah, for sure. So, that's a great point from Chris right there. And that's one thing that we've done over here where we live, where we've put fences up on neighbors' properties that are just a few acres. So enough for one or two cows to be put there. One other thing is, if you see plots of land that are not being utilized to figure out who the owner is and see. Maybe they'll let you lease the land or cut that. So one of our neighbors, I reached out to them today asking if they would allow me to come and cut and bale their property, and they agreed to it.
Do you have a baler?
No, but I'm going to get one where I'll find somebody who does it. I can't do that. But my point is that it was just me asking for them to say, sure, go ahead. And I think that goes, that plays a part in our life. We live by faith. And so we're going to believe that God gives us what we need. And so the fact that, and I have asked this guy for other things in the past and he's told me no. Today I was like, hey,
all he can do is say no.
Can we cut and bail? I'll take care of everything. You don't have to worry about a thing. And like within 2 minutes, he was like, sure, go ahead. And I was like,
he's probably like, I'm not trying to get out and take care of this in this heat.
Yeah, he didn't want to deal with the triple digit days. So, yeah, Monica says so happy. I was able to text her that while she was on the flight. And
I know that took a weight off of her when she's leaving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing too. And to speak of what you're talking about, helping other people, there's another guy that I do deal with on hay, and he's one of those guys that you can rely on. And I don't even know him that great, but he is a godly man. And the thing is that I was just waiting for his prices this year because I don't know how many acres he lives on, but typically he gets 290 bales per cut.
Oh, wow.
Because of the lack of rain and the heat, he was able only to get 90 bales. So like a third of what he's normally getting. And so out of those 90, the amount that he can sell to me is 14. And the thing is, when he told me that, I was like, oh, this guy's he's going to hit me hard. $40 a bale.
That's awesome.
And so this is a guy that we've also worked with in the past, buying other hay, but also bartering. And that's that community like you're talking about, supporting one another.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently I'm too long-winded without Monica. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
I just get a chance to speak. I'm so happy. What can I say? Look, Monica's happy too.
She was happy about that, about the hay.
Yeah, she was happy about something else. It wasn't for you.
God is so good. We always live by faith. That's right.
Yeah, amen to that. Let's see. I also wanted to mention real quick, Rich Cat Ranch. Now, I was going to highlight that because we're always about supporting other channels. And I wanted to see, here we go, right here. So I did highlight this earlier, but I wanted to put it up there again. So if anybody's in here that would like to check out Rich Cat Ranch, I am still working at that time. I don't know that I would be able to get on, but if anybody wants to head over there and check out Rich Cat Ranch, certainly do that. We always want to make sure we highlight anybody in any kind of tasks that they're working on, collaborative efforts, whatever it may be. Let's see. And
I'll hop on and say hi. I've got nothing to do, I'm sure.
You got chickens to cuddle. Maybe you could cuddle the chickens.
My husband's sitting at home like, we have a lot to do.
Multi-Hunter 24/7. I didn't get to say hi to you earlier. I think I waved, but I wanted to make sure I called you by name. So thank you so much for coming in as well. I appreciate that. If there's anybody else that has anything else, feel free to post it up there. Otherwise, I think we're about out of time.
Yeah, there's 2 minutes.
There is 2 minutes. You know about my time thing? You know? Okay.
I log off at 10 whether you're done or not, usually, if I'm watching.
Well, I usually try to get off.
Oh, Chris says we do have time to pop in. See? Best husband ever.
There we go. Are you trying to get more chickens out of the deal?
No.
Okay. Nice. All right. Hey, Daz, over at my Aussie Garden Kitchen. So glad that you made it in here.
Thank you.
There you go. Oh, I think... Is he inviting you on it? Are you inviting her on?
No, he said he'll send us a link so that me and Christopher can watch him tomorrow at 2.
Okay. There you go. There's the link right there. All right. All right.
Don't talk about Monica like that, Minnie. That's so mean.
All right, everybody. Well, look, we have come to the end of our show for tonight. I wanted to say a huge thank you for Jocelyn
You're welcome.
over at Hobbs Dirt Ranch. You can check her out on Facebook if you haven't had a chance to do so yet. She doesn't have a channel, but maybe she'll come up with the country urban dictionary word of the day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
You never know.
The Ghetto Stories and Urban Dictionary, I think those were the two recommendations. So we'll see how far my husband lets me get on.
Well, I thank you so much. And even more, thank you for being a good sport with the pig testicles and all that stuff.
Hey, who loves best friends that fill in for their farmers' wives? Farmers do.
Farmers do. We do. All right. Until next time, everybody. You took my line. You're supposed to be farmers' wives.
Oh, he said farmers' wives. She said farmers' wives do.
There you go. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.